Episode 9 is all set and ready to conclude the Skywalker saga and the sequel trilogy by writer and director J.J. Abrams. This is Mike Zero here. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, I'm pretty sure it's safe to say that Darth Vader is indeed the true face of the Star Wars franchise. And looking at The Force Awakens, we saw how Darth Vader as a figure was a huge influence on Kylo Ren as being a dark side user. Now, going into Episode 9, a lot of people have been wondering exactly what will J.J. Abrams be doing with the character of Kylo Ren. Now, we do know one thing, and one thing for sure, is that he will be changing Kylo Ren significantly in Star Wars Episode 9. But what about the Darth Vader element, the Darth Vader influence on Kylo Ren? Now, the real good and interesting news is that Darth Vader influence will return in Star Wars Episode 9 and will push Kylo Ren throughout the plot of this movie. That is something that J.J. Abrams will be bringing back to the sequel trilogy that was not present in The Last Jedi by writer and director Rian Johnson, which felt a little inconsistent to me, right? It didn't feel so consistent where you had this Darth Vader figure, the melted helmet, his inspiration, all being a part of The Force Awakens, and then that was kind of stripped away in The Last Jedi. And I can understand if you guys like that idea of how Kylo Ren is basically shedding layers and shifting away from Vader, but I feel like that when you look at the character of Darth Vader and how he had an influence on the character of Kylo Ren, to have him shift away from it so fast in a matter of a day, I'm not quite sure how realistic that really felt to me while watching The Last Jedi. So going into Episode 9 and the fact that it's going to take a very, very long time between the events of both The Last Jedi and Episode 9, alright? There's a lot of stuff to fill in there that I'm sure will be explored in the form of comics, books, novels, etc. But by the time Episode 9 comes around, the good news is that J.J. Abrams is bringing that element back of Darth Vader influencing Kylo Ren once again. Now, of course, Vader is not alive or anything. It's just the idea of Vader in Kylo Ren's head. And this lines directly up with all the different concept art and storyboard descriptions that we have been going over these past couple of months or so of how Vader would be introduced in Episode 9 once more. So the whole character of Kylo, you know, a lot of people have been hoping that he will be changing in a way where he's more evil and more intimidating, not only to the audience, but to our heroes like Rey, Finn, and Poe, etc. And I think that's exactly what J.J. Abrams is going to do. I think that J.J. is going to use the character of Kylo Ren, and by incorporating that inspirational piece of Darth Vader to the character, that's going to push Kylo Ren to becoming a more evil figure, and that is something that I truly want to see on the big screen. So, I don't know about you guys, but the whole idea of Kylo Ren going through like a redemption arc, I'm not quite sure how they will make their way around that. That's going to be a very tough call in my opinion, because he killed his own father, and worst of all, in The Last Jedi, he killed him, but he didn't hate him. It was just a way to essentially get rid of that weakness and to really fully embrace the dark side of the Force. And now that Luke Skywalker is gone, Kylo Ren pretty much has nobody else to hang on to except for his mother, Leia, which will have a story in Episode 9, and I'm really hoping that they do find a way to create a story between both Kylo Ren and Leia. Carrie Fisher is returning in this movie by use of unused footage from The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi, which is great and all. So like I say, Darth Vader, very important character. I love how he's still kind of this figurative ghost to Kylo Ren by the time Episode 9 comes around. And that is something to truly look forward to, because, hey, you know, the more Vader, the better, I feel at least, because this is going to be the last Skywalker film. Why not incorporate him into this movie in the overall plot? Now, in The Force Awakens, it was more of a visual thing with the melted helmet and some references. In The Last Jedi, it was primarily references by Supreme Leader Snoke, Luke Skywalker, Rey, etc. And then going into Episode 9, it seems like J.J. Abrams wants to bring back those visual elements of Darth Vader and how it takes a toll on Kylo Ren. And that is something that I think a lot of fans just really want to see on the big screen. But anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to moon we hear their moans again.